one of the biggest areas, and certainly an area where we're focused, is really understanding who the bad guys are, or the bad entities are, particularly around it's the counterparties. So it's not just knowing the individual they're banking or doing business with. It goes beyond that to their network of people. It's a huge challenge, puts the bank under an inordinate amount of stress, particularly because the fines are very hefty. They're usually expressed as a percentage of the bank's overall net worth. Probably the best use of it at this point is just the sheer volumes from a transactional perspective. There aren't enough qualified humans anymore to handle that. So from an automation perspective, or what we call a digital investigator perspective, having that component really alleviates that stress on humans. It's faster throughput at the volumes that the business actually operates at. It also incorporates a lot more data than a human could ever consume or look at. Certainly a digital investigator, right? I know I keep harping on that, but that's really what we're about. The ability to free that piece of it up and have it as an automatable component where they can go through, hundreds of thousands of entities and individuals at a high rate of speed. Really, that's, I think, the thing that most of these organizations are coming to grips with, and they realize is things like perpetual KYC, for example, they are going to have to up the game, and it's not going to be something, again, there's just not enough humans on the planet to be able to do that. Effectively, what we do, we bring a unique brand to it in the sense that we're approaching it from a name sciences point of view. So we're focused on the name, the uniqueness of the name, and we thread that theme through, and we use something called signal extraction. And what signal extraction really allows us to do is follow that name throughout billions of records of data. And so it actually produces context around the individual or the entity, identifies their network, and it does this thing in sub-second speed. So it's really an opportunity for banks and insurers to get way out in front of where they've been previously. And then you move the exceptions over to the humans that are expert in really getting into that deep level of investigation and doing things humans are so wonderful at, which is making decisions and judgments and then figuring out what the larger picture looks like. Oh, I loved it. The sessions were wonderful, very informative. I think we've been lacking a lot of detail and knowledge as we've gone through COVID because we just haven't been able to get to events like this. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful to see the folks here, meet new folks, old folks, and listen to the panelists really share some meaningful concepts because they're coming from the practitioners in the industry.